Okay, this is Lady Bev making a video about my homemade rolls. This is the second step to my homemade rolls. So I've already made the dough. It has risen once, and so the second rise will come after I form the rolls. So I used to do the fold over rolls, but I now know that my grandson, he likes the big rolls, so I don't fold them over anymore. But I will tell you what I do now, and it makes it just so much easier because I'm not having to roll out anything like you have to do for croissants and then the rolls that you fold over. The clover rolls is another one that you don't have to roll out because you take three little balls, put them in the muffin cup, and they come out looking like little three-leaf clovers. But I'm going to make just your traditional round rolls. It's so much easier. It's going to take me a little bit of flour, put it right here on the counter right here. Hopefully you can see what I'm doing right here. Put it on the counter right here. Is what I'm going to do. And then I'm going to take this beautiful batch of roll dough. And you can see how beautiful it is. And it's just, and so I just keep getting a little powder and I keep folding it underneath. And that's really the same way I make the rolls. Okay, so this is the ball of dough that I have made, and it has had its first rise. And so I'm going to get my, I call it my cutter, scooper, chopper, whatever I need it to be, by Rachel Ray. So I'm going to cut the dough ball in half, like this, and put half of it in here. All right, and then I have half of the dough ball, and I'm just going to keep cutting it. I'm going to cut it in half again, like that. Then I'm going to cut it in quarters, like that. And basically what I do is I just keep chopping it until I get, some nice size pieces. And then I fold them, tuck them underneath themselves, and then I place it in the pans that I've already sprayed with coconut oil by Luann here. So I'm just going to keep cutting it, and then I'll cut it another one. So this is about the size of the dough I use, and what I do is I take those corners and I pull them together and I pinch them. And this is about the size of the dough ball. Before it rises, it doubles in size. So I will do several of these. I usually put about 8 in a pan because that's how big they get. This is your traditional 9-inch round pan. So I'll get about 8 in here. When they rise, they're touching one another and it's perfect. So that's what I do. I keep doing those till all my pans are filled. And then we do the second rise. I preheat my oven to 170 degrees. Once it reaches 170 degrees, I turn it off, keep it closed, and this makes the dough rise even faster. And I put them back in the oven. Well, I put them in the oven and I let them rise. Then I take them out, take the oven up to 400 degrees, and then I bake them for 7 minutes. Okay, so I'm going to finish making these. Then I'm going to put the wax paper over them. Actually, I'm going to put them in the oven. I'm going to put them in the oven. 170 degree oven is probably going down just a little bit, and that's perfectly fine. Okay, so hold your mute just a minute. Okay, so I've now completed. This is my final roll that I'm going to put in the pan. And like I said, I just put it in the palm of my hand with a little bit of flour, and I pull together the sides and pinch them together and form this nice little round ball. Just keep pinching it till it comes together, and then you have a nice little ball right here. And you place it in your grease pan. So I made them a little large, which means they turned out being maybe 7 to a 9-inch round pan. So I have 7 in each pan. I have 4 pans, and I'm going to over here, I'm going to turn this where you can see me. I'm going to put it in my oven here. It was preheated to 170 degrees, and then I turned it off. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is set these rolls in here and let them begin to rise in the warm oven. Because the oven is warm, it's going to expedite it, but they won't cook. They'll just rise, and they'll rise quicker than if I just let them sit. So I'm in a bit of a hurry because that grandson is going to be laying in the middle of this floor asking me, "Grandmama, you made rolls?" And I'm going to be like, "Jaxon, I don't have them ready." So this time he's not going to have to wait. When he comes to Grandmama's house, he's going to have his rolls for the new year. So those will rise, and then I will come back and let you see what those look like after they have risen.